Hey, it always works on my computer.
Well,
Let's get your manual out.
I don't have a manual. I got rid of it in a feng shui attack. Oh my God, I want to kill myself.
Just hang in there, sugar. This thing's just faking you out, that's all.
Aiden, please just stop touching it. Stop
on.
it. Because you don't know what you're doing. Just stop. 2 meltdowns later, we rushed my 98 laptop and my 99 Pashmina to tech serve. Can you please not do that?
Woohoo! 64!
Oh, God, come on.
Number 64!
Yes! Hi. Thank God. Please. Here, please tell me.
I've tried a few home remedies on this thing, but you know,
that you
this
can fix
didn't
it.
seem to...
Whoa. One at a time. Which one of you crashed?
Me. I did. It's mine. But then he did something to it. Tell him what you did to it.
I hit the Control-Alt-Delete.
That only works on PCs. You PC user? No. Yeah, you're not compatible. Okay, tell me exactly what happened right before you crashed.
Okay. I was just typing, and then he came over and he kissed me, and then I got the bomb.
Not the bomb, you know, not the good kind.
Is this funny? Do you think that this is funny?
Just trying to, you know.
You are mortifying me.
When was the last time you backed up your work?
I don't do that.
You don't back up?
No.
Anything else before we go in?
Yes! There was a mean little man who popped up, and he had X's where his eyes should be, and his tongue was hanging out the side of his mouth.
You didn't have a tongue.
He had a tongue.
So that's a sad Mac. You sad Mac. You should have told me that before.
Oh my God, why? Why? What does that mean?
Could be your motherboard. That's the guts of your computer. Could be bad RAM. We'll keep it here for a couple of days. Run some tests. I'm Dimitri. I'll call you if we find anything.
If?
78! Number 78!
Surprise! It's your new computer.
Whoa. It's blue.
Yeah, and it's a lot more fun than your old one. It's got this handle, so it's like a little purse. You know?
It's a very expensive purse. When did you get that?
Today. And I got you one of these zip drives, so you can start backing up your work now.
Well, I don't even know how to use that, and I don't need it. I have my own system. Works just fine.
Oh, yeah, right. You sure about that?
Yeah, I am. I'm not ready for a new computer. I'm still waiting to hear back about my old one. My whole life was on that computer.
So people often argue that Mr. Big is a narcissist. And honestly, we have to disagree. And I know what you're thinking. What do you mean he's not a narcissist? Mr. Big is awful. You're right. I actually think he's an egomaniac and he's emotionally unavailable. And multiple people behave this way when someone allows them to basically use them as a doormat. But I want to argue that Carrie is no different than Mr. Big. So why don't you guys ever call Carrie a narcissist?
Yeah. So today we're going to do a deep dive on Carrie and Aidan's relationship dynamic, and we're going to demonstrate how Carrie is no different than Mr. Big. So if Mr. Big is a narcissist, why not Carrie?
Carrie and Aidan's relationship was one of the most, I guess you could say, not to be dramatic, heartbreaking scenarios on the relationship, because it was something that was so good that went so wrong. And that's because Carrie is a very wounded woman and she has never worked through any of her traumas. Now, for me, as a lead character, I think Carrie's really interesting. That's why we're able to do so many deep dives. But do I like Carrie? No. Especially as a screenwriter, do I fuck with her? No.
Absolutely not.
It's been so long. And now and just like that, I still feel like she's the same stagnant person. And I hate people who don't have character development in real life. And that's no different for television.
It really makes women think that it's okay to be the same person you were over and over again. That actually shows that you haven't lived many lives, because every human has a lot of lives they can live in their lifetime. And that means that you're not quantum leaping. You're not expanding. You're not abundant.
And from our perspective, people often make Carrie a victim of her life. And that's just because you watch the show from Carrie's perspective. we want to argue today that Carrie did the same things to Aidan that Mr. Big did to her, yet for some reason, people do not frame Carrie's actions as if they weigh the same amount of like pain.
Yeah, and it's really pretty much the same.
It's not fair. And we always want to make sure that on this page, we want women to also be accountable for their own actions too. It's not always in victim mode. That's not going to get us anywhere. That's not going to get us progress. And we feel like, and a relationship is a two-way street. Like, doesn't make sense that it's all on the man. Like, it's a two-person thing. You're both accountable. And today we are going to hold Carrie accountable for how she moved with Aidan. Now, how is Carrie Bradshaw an egomaniac and emotionally unavailable, you ask? Well, where do we begin?
So one of the earlier signs of Carrie mirroring Mr. Big is when Carrie and Aidan were out furniture shopping and they run into Natasha and Mr. Big.
What's so weird is like, he comes up, that's her man. And she goes, this is the designer. That's the most Mr. Big ass thing. Mr. Big always introduces her by her occupation as if he acts like the occupation is like the reason they're associated, if that makes sense.
Quiet, Max. I want you to meet someone very special. Julia.
Actually, it's Carrie.
Carrie. Well, welcome. Carrie writes this fantastic column in the New York Star. It's called Sex in the City. Well,
Yeah.
Because Aidan comes up and she doesn't go, this is my boyfriend. She goes, this is the designer. That is very weird.
Hey,
Oh, hey. 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 Oh. Hey. This is the designer. This is Aidan Shaw.
hey, yeah, great stuff.
oh, thanks, man.
Oak?
Actually, it's mostly maple.
There we were. Mostly maple and incredibly uncomfortable.
Sorry, I didn't get your names.
Oh no, I'm sorry. These are my friends. This is Natasha, and this is. Oh, shit! Oh my God, I'm sorry. Is that hot?
Well, it ain't cold.
Here. No, sure.
They seem nice.
Yeah, don't they?
Where do you know them from?
Oh, from around like 100 years ago. It's past life.
After they spoke to Mr. Big, Aidan asked, like, who is that? And she literally acted like that was no one she was talking to, like no one important.
As if it's not like the leech in your life.
The guy you write articles about.
Like, literally. Oh my God, I'm just taking in your voiceovers are the articles. How is Aidan not reading this shit?
No.
And finding out your tea?
She says so much in the articles.
It's just really interesting the way it mirrors that scene earlier on when Carrie was dating Big and they bumped into his friends on the street. He didn't introduce her, and when they walked away and she asked who they were, it was very casual, like, oh, just some people I vacation with. When she was talking to Aidan, it was very much like, yeah, just these randos.
Maybe if you weren't doing anything.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? It's good to see you.
You remember Phyllis?
Of course, Phyllis. How are you?
Yeah, everything good?
Yeah, everything's dandy.
Oh, that's what I hear. So, good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Good seeing you.
Bye-bye. Cheers.
Who is that?
Oh, it's just some guy skied with an aspen.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, so it's it's similar for sure.
It's very interesting.
You know what's really, really crazy is that Carrie wanted so badly to meet Mr. Big's mom, and he wasn't into it, and she went out of her stalker way to go after him in a church to watch him with his mother. That is really weird.
And the fact that she did all that, the desperation she had, like, remember when she got upset with Big being like, I can't believe, like, why aren't you trying to introduce me? Does she even know about me? All of that just for Aidan to come around and hand her that on a platter.
He's giving you the opportunity to meet his mother.
Aidan literally comes around and is like, I want you to meet my parents. And Carrie's behavior is so... If this isn't Mr. Big coded, I don't know what is. Because what do you mean? She's like, don't you think, like, this is kind of moving too fast? Like, don't you think we should be more chill? I don't think I should meet your parents right now. I don't know, guys. I just think it's so interesting how differently she moves with him.
Well, I've been thinking about this, meeting your parents. And I was just wondering if it's a good idea.
Oh, come on, they're gonna love you.
No, I'm not worried about that. I mean, parents have always been my thing. They think I'm adorable.
What's the problem?
Well, what if they love me? And then if we break up, you're always going to have to explain to them what happened to the adorable girl.
Are you breaking up with me?
No. It just... Where I come from, meeting the parents. Oh, so big.
You'll meet him some other time.
Okay. So, then I guess we won't be seeing each other this weekend.
I'll miss you.
Well, see, maybe that's good. Maybe we should see each other less, and then we can miss each other more. It's just, you're so available to me, and I'm so available to you. Maybe we're both just too, available.
Carrie, it's no big deal. I have a life. I was just making room for you in it.
See, you always say the right things.
You wanted all these things with Mr. Big, so why is it now an inconvenience and this awkward thing with Aidan?
Except we know the answer, which we'll unpack in part 6. And it's the fact that she is a wounded woman who hasn't worked on healing. Therefore, she is rejecting healthy masculine energy. She's like,
yeah,
that's literally Carrie.
She really demonstrates how you will block your blessings when you aren't doing the work to become a better version of yourself.
Also, side note, another really weird mirroring that happens in that scene is, first of all, he goes, I'll miss you. And she goes, that's good. We should miss each other because, like, I feel like we're always so available to each other. We need space. And he said, I was just trying to make room for you in my life, but, like, that's fine. And
so Aidan was actually giving her something that she was begging for with Mr. Big. When he was going to Paris and she had that temper tantrum because he didn't give a shit leaving without her. And she's like, why won't you make a place for me in your life?
I am such an idiot!
What the fuck?
I'm running around town in a beret, buying your greasy food, and you don't even care if I'm in your life.
Would you calm down?
Why is it so hard for you to factor me into your life in any real way?
Here Aidan is being like, it's easy for me
on a plate like this, and
she's pushing that plate like, get the fuck out of my face. And what's funny, guys, that's not narcissism. Like, this isn't just being like, you're a narcissist.
It's actually not.
It's a lot deeper.
And
Carrie is emotionally unavailable.
And wouldn't that they call it an avoidant attachment? That's what you were doing.
Yes.
Avoidant attachment.
And it doesn't make it okay. It really doesn't. It just tells you how, because she doesn't work on so many different aspects of her wounds, this is how she moves.
Yeah, and Aidan was the secure attachment because he was very confident and secure in himself. There was no issues. He was open for love. But then, unfortunately, he attracted an avoidant attachment in Carrie, causing her to be exactly like Mr. Big with her. She becomes anxious attachment when she's with Mr. Big.
And you want to know what's really messed up? I think we can all agree that Aidan gave Carrie everything that a healthy masculine man would do, right? And she still cheated on him because she's wounded. We understand that now. But what's crazy to me is, how is she different from Mr. Big? Like, when he was cheating with Carrie with Natasha, I'm sure with
Natasha is the Aidan.
Exactly. I'm sure with her, he was trying to make her think everything's okay, taking advantage of her kindness. Did Carrie not do the exact same thing?
She did the exact same thing. So Carrie really took a toll on Aidan by pushing him away, make him feel like he wasn't good enough, and that made him start to question himself with her.
Hey, don't go. Don't go.
You know, I don't get it. You used to like that sound I make.
I love that sound. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go home. I need a little time.
I'm just in a weird place right now, but I'll be out of it soon, I promise. I'm sorry. Say it's okay.
It's okay. What can I do?
Nothing. It's me.
Give you a little room to do that.
You're not saying that in a bad way, right?
Carrie was very much okay with making Aidan feel so inadequate. When Aidan would try to give her love, she would push him away, make him feel like he's disgusting and weird.
Because she cheated.
Yeah, because she is the cheater. Because she did something wrong, she tried to inflict like blame on him by her actions, which is really messed up.
And to me, I feel like if Carrie was Mr. Big and you guys were watching this exact thing play out, you guys would think this is insane.
You think he's a monster, but it's like girls can do the same thing. They can do it even in their own way. Maybe if it's not direct, but we do our own things sometimes, and we just need to be like aware
and accountable. You did this thing where you would try to gaslight Aidan into thinking nothing's going on when he felt like something was off. At least Mr. Big didn't even try to convince you that
he never
were good.
He
Pretended
never tried with you. Like he never tried. You were the daydreamer and you created that story, but he never pretended like you did. You created a fake vibe, even getting emotionally intimate with him, expressing your deepest, darkest secret, which I doubt Mr. Big knows till this day. Okay.
Yeah, you got that deep with Aidan. What did she say to
told
Aidan?
him that she had an abortion.
Right.
We never knew the story until she got with Aidan.
And she said she's never told anyone that because she's never gotten emotionally vulnerable with any other person. She can barely open up because she's emotionally unavailable, guys. This is what we're trying to tell you.
I'm like, how is Mr. Big the one if you couldn't even tell him something like that?
Mr. Big's the one because he makes Carrie not to have to be emotionally open.
Just sexually open.
Yeah.
Because you guys keep thinking sex is like the way to be connected to people.
That's not the way.
It's not
the only way.
Not the only way and not the smart way. It's not the smart way because that is like a fake. It's a lot of it is fake and lust, and which can cloud judgment. Aidan breaks up with her from the cheating and everything. She runs after him. She's begging for mercy, begging for him back. Doesn't that mirror very much what Mr. Big did for Carrie in the elevator scene? That dramatic energy of like, come back to me.
Please give me your energy back. I'm sorry. Like, no.
I know that you're probably scared, and I would be too, but it's different now. Things are different. I'm different. In fact, wait a second. In fact, cigarettes, gone. Seriously, all bad habits gone. This is a whole new thing because I miss you, and I've missed you. And it's not just because you look so good, and you do, and you should know that. But I lie in bed at night and I think about us and I think about you holding me and...
You broke my heart! Carrie.
Also, I don't know how you guys don't think Carrie is an egomaniac because her whole relationship with Aidan is self-serving. Everything that she did with Aidan was for her own benefit and she never took his feelings into consideration. She even says at one point when Aidan had come back from Pennsylvania after she cheated, he said, "I love you." This girl stared at him like he smells bad and he farted, number one.
That's very disturbing. I don't know what to say.
Because she was just busting it down with Mr. Big. This is crazy timing. And in her voiceover, she says something about it being like horrible, but it feels really good that she could also be lovable. So she kind of loves this also. And I just felt like that showed me the self-serving side of her.
I love you, Carrie. Is that too much? Around Trenton, I thought I shouldn't say it.
No. I love you too. Not only was my secret safe, but apparently I had become lovable. I felt awful and so good. Wait, no sheets.
Fuck the sheets.
She was just loving the perks of Aidan's love.
Which is really crazy considering you don't like him like that.
Because you're an
So you're just taking his
egomaniac.
care.
Because you want to fuel your own ego. Someone asked us, can women harvest men? no, we can't harvest men, but can you still be emotionally abusive to men? Yes.
100%.
100%.
And a lot of women are, and they pretend like they're not because they're women. And I'm like, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can't be abusive. Especially emotionally and physically too.
Thought it was very egotistic and weird for Carrie to get so upset when he replied, "You broke my heart." I'm sorry, were you immediately expecting him to run down and pick you up and swing him in his arms?
You cheated on him.
But like, if Big did that, you guys would have been like, "Cause he's a narcissistic bitch. He's a narcissistic bitch," and he thought that she should run up to him. But Carrie can start going. He goes, "You broke my heart." Carrie's like, starts running down the street like "Runaway Love." Are you in the music video?
I just
Runaway love. Girl,
her behavior is just unacceptable. No. And you know what's even crazier? It's the fact that Carrie is so surprised that Aidan doesn't want a friendship with her. Like, she just had the expectation, like, if Mr. Big, will string me along as a friend, why not you?
Yeah, like, what's goody in the hoodie? I just feel like Carrie essentially put Aidan through what Mr. Big put her through. Like, it was like this weird cycle of emotional abuse. And I feel like when you're someone who has like a secure attachment style and who is actually healthy, and you end up being with someone who is wounded, unhealed, and has all these issues, it bleeds into your life. And that's what happened to Aidan, because Aidan is a good man.
Like, he started feeling insecure. He went from secure attachment, which is what every human should strive to be, because that way you're in healthy relationships and you're very confident in yourselves, like in your relationship. But once a person may potentially be avoidant, where they don't want emotional vulnerability, that can create anxiety in someone who's secure. If they're not fully secure, they can switch their attachment style. So like, you should also check to see what attachment style you are, because you could either be anxious and you could be causing someone secure to be anxious too. Everyone needs to work on their attachment style, because we all have it. And Carrie is just a prime example of how it can go wrong.
Also, I kind of feel like their relationship is a great example of how love, it really is not always enough. But I think Aidan in his relationship was like Carrie when she was with Big. She loved Big. He loved Carrie. He thought this could be enough, but it's not enough when you're someone who's secure and open emotionally and you're in love with someone who is closed off emotionally and wounded. Basically, today we wanted to show you guys how women can also mirror the same actions as men, and how we need to also be able to identify that within ourselves, so that we can always be the best version of us. It's never always men are trash, men. They are, but you know what I mean.
Decenter men, but also take accountability.
You know what I mean?
If you have psychological trauma in your life, or you have a certain attachment style that is not secure, you are also the problem.
And we just want to help all the girlies out there be able to see that, become aware of it, and make changes. Because listen, we can all be top tier bad bitches.
And you attract what you are, so be what you want.
Exactly. And if you guys love this video, make sure to like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe
to the Remy Diaries, aka Remy TV, your favorite YouTube streaming network.
We'll never want to change the channel.
Bye.